don't you begin with telling us who you are and what your company is?
So I'm Nadia Monaco. I am a freelance makeup artist, and that's basically what my business is. It's me. I go either to where the clients want me to go, or they can come to me. It's kind of their choice, but that's what I do.
So how did you get the idea to start your freelance career of a makeup artist?
It's always been something that I wanted to do. It was just a matter of kind of pushing myself to do it. So after university, I kind of sat with my degree and I'm like, is this what I want to be doing? And it wasn't. So that's when I decided to pursue my career as a makeup artist.
Awesome. So has the business idea changed or evolved at all? Or?
The concept of what I'm doing, I would say no, but because that's what I'm doing. But just kind of little things like making it more professional. At first it was very word of mouth or friends of friends, so it was kind of okay, yeah, sure, I'll take whatever clients I can, but you want to make sure that you're taken seriously and it's a professional thing, that you're treating them as if you would any other client. So that aspect, how I approach things, has changed, but the initial concept and idea hasn't.
All right. So did you have any previous experience, and how was it related to the industry of
growing up, I always liked makeup and stuff like that, but I was never great, I guess, at it. It was just something I loved and was passionate about. But then makeup college obviously was a great thing. You learn a lot, but then I would say working retail after, when I worked at Sephora, for example, that was great experience to do something like this on your own, because you're not just getting clients of 14 people in your class every day of doing the same people with the same kit. You're getting all this knowledge on products, and then you're also getting clients from every day, just all kinds of people and stuff. So that was great. That was a really good experience.
That's awesome. So can you describe how your business grew and developed?
I would say word of mouth was kind of how it was at first, just like I said, friends of friends, but then now it's I'm using the tools that are pretty much free to me. Social media is basically free advertisement, so that's what I would say is what works really well for me when I either create content for that to kind of promote myself, as weird as that sounds. That's kind of what I'm doing. And then when I started a website and kind of started doing some blog content, that helped as well. Might do YouTube stuff. I just feel these are tools that kind of anybody can use, and it's free, so that's just been a great source for a business startup. So
Awesome. So did you require any external investment to start off with your business?
No, but because I'm still in the early stages, it's not out of the question. And I would kind of attribute a little bit of an external investment as my parents letting me still live at home as a startup business, because they've invested in me. I'm not going somewhere and paying, X amount of money in rent. So that to me is kind of, even though it's not really external, I would say it's kind of external. Yeah.
For sure. So did you develop a business plan? Why or why not?
Again, at first, not so much. And then after I remember having my first rush of appointments and clients and stuff, I realized that's when I kind of have to sit down and go over what my goals are and where I want to be at certain times and stuff, and to see if I need to adjust what I'm doing, kind of thing. I have to work part-time to have some sort of steady income when I don't have busy periods of clients. So just all kinds of factors that you have to kind of say, okay, if I want to have a successful career doing anything, you need to kind of map it out to be successful.
Yeah, sure. So was there a particular factor that moved you from thinking about the business to taking action?
Yeah, I would say maybe just not wanting to be in retail forever, what I was doing. It was kind of just I kind of didn't see my potential until I was maybe there. I was this is something I could do. So that was kind of obviously it was always my dream, but that was when I kind of realized, okay, if not now, then when?
Yeah.
So
it's feasible.
It's doable. Yeah. So.
Right. So what qualities or characteristics do you believe are important to be a successful entrepreneur?
I think having confidence to kind of, again, promote yourself is a huge thing. And just being all the things that you'd want out of an employee. If you had an employee, you need to have for yourself. So time management, being organized, and then just relying on yourself is a huge thing. But yeah, and being able to accept, I guess, failure too. Things aren't always gonna go as planned, and just things like that. You kind of have to be really strong-willed that way. But yeah, just being able to really rely on yourself is a huge thing, because at the end of the day, you're kind of your own boss. So yeah.
Sure. So what advice would you give to a startup and develop a successful business from the ground up?
Again, I would say like, okay, so the whole failure thing is a huge thing, but like accepting that that could happen and just kind of taking that as like lessons learned. Just doing your research, saving as much money as you can before jumping into that. And something that I guess I would have said before too for this question too, it's kind of like having a good support system, making sure that you're surrounded by people who want you to do well. That's a huge thing too. So you have like, because you can't be afraid to ask for help. There's gonna be times when you need help. So yeah, just kind of do your research, make sure it's something you really want to do. You're gonna have to sacrifice a lot, you're gonna hear no a lot. You just have to kind of take that risk and then just have that strong will to be able to do that. Yeah.
That's good advice. So what were some difficulties, if any, you faced when starting your business?
Well, because I guess having like a makeup kit's very expensive, saving money was a big thing, and I definitely had to like finance and budget things a certain way, not like from what I was doing before. And then also just, again, kind of pushing myself. I felt kind of weird being like, look at what I can do and like promoting myself, but you have to do that. So that was kind of a struggle for me. I felt like weird doing it, but at the end of the day, that's what you have to do. You have to kind of do everything like that for yourself or else it's not gonna go anywhere, right?
Work
So,
out, yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so have there been some positive experiences with your business?
Yeah, I think like the best thing is like when you see what you're doing is kind of like when I finished like my first wedding, it was like such a good, exciting thing. So that was great. Like I felt so like accomplished. I was like, I did this. But it's just like seeing someone happy and like feeling beautiful. Like that was not solely on you, but you help them like see that in themselves. So that just is like the most rewarding thing about it. So that's like always a positive with it. But yeah.
Awesome. So in 5 years, what do you hope will happen with the business or with yourself?
I would just love to see having like way more people coming in, not so many slow periods, because again, it's still a matter of building that clientele. So I would love for that. And then right now, I kind of like, another thing I had to do was, you need help. So like doing a wedding, for example, I can't do 7 people by myself. I had to connect. I'm lucky that I have like a family friend who's also a makeup artist. So we kind of together will like help each other out with weddings because time-wise, you need the help. So I think, who knows, having maybe like in the next, probably, I don't know how long, just having maybe like hired staff maybe or someone that you can go to at all times that would help you. That's kind of like a good goal to have. I just don't know what that would look like, but that's something that maybe I would hope would happen. But yeah, just more.
More to it.
More to it, yeah.
Sure. So how do you balance your life and your business?
I think just making sure that I am doing everything I need to do, because when you are your own boss, you have to kind of make your own schedule in that sense, and just have to make sure I'm doing everything I need to do while, because I have the part-time job, I need to you have to do both, I guess. Like you have to make sure you're still doing everything you can to further your own business, but there's just other things you're gonna have to say no to some stuff. It's just kind of, you just have to do what you gotta do. I don't know, like you just have to kind of push yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So you gotta learn that, there's gonna be things you're gonna say no to. Sacrifice, like I said, with the saving money thing, that's a huge thing, but yeah.
Stand your ground and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So last question. So if given the chance to create another startup or business, would you do so?
Right now, this is kind of like what I want to, succeed at and do, but like further along, like down the road, if there's something that would stem from this, sure. I think it's like a rewarding thing, and yeah, it's very exciting to kind of do your own thing. I just hope that this one flourishes and then we can think about another one. But yeah.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.